teaching techniques. For this topic, it is useful to cover questions using lines with different types of slopes, where they are not necessarily whole numbers. More complex slopes can better challenge students. We'll look at an example where the slope of the line is 2/5 and it passes through the point 5, -1. We substitute in the slope for m in the equation for the line, giving y equals 2/5 x plus b. We then take the values from the coordinate for x and y. X equals 5 and y equals -1. In the equation, this gives us -1 equals 2/5 times 5 plus b. 2/5 times 5 whole equals 2 whole. -1 equals 2 plus b. Therefore, b must equal -3. From this, we can therefore say that the overall equation is y equals 2/5 x minus 3. Deep thinking. Fabio answers this question and shows his calculations. Explain what mistakes he has made. Line A has an equation of y equals 0.5x minus 3. Line B is parallel to line A. Find the equation of line B if it passes through the point 2, 6. We can substitute the slope into the equation for B, as we know the slopes must be the same if the lines are parallel. So Fabio writes that the equation is y equals mx minus 3. He uses the coordinate 2, 6, where x is 2 and y is 6, to substitute into the equation and gives m equals 4.5. This gives an overall equation of y equals 4.5x minus 3. Let's see what mistakes Fabio has made. If one line is parallel to another, then their slopes are the same, and it always helps for us to note down this equation for a straight line. Y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope. So we know line B must have the equation y equals 0.5x plus b, because 0.5 is the slope of line A. We can see that Fabio has not done this. In fact, he has made the common mistake of forgetting which part of the equation the slope is. He has used this value at the end, -3. But looking at our equation for a line, we can see that this is equivalent to b, which is the y-intercept. Fabio has then used the x and y values of the coordinate to substitute into the equation to find m. From there, he has then found his answer for the equation. If we work through the method correctly, knowing that the slope should be 0.5, we can also use the coordinate values of 2 and 6 to find b. We substitute these into the equation, 6 for y and 2 for x. We get 6 equals 0.5 times 2 plus b. 6 equals 1 plus b. b must equal 5 to make this equation correct. Overall, we get an equation of y equals 0.5x plus 5 for line B. We can check again to ensure we have the correct slopes. Line A and line B have parallel slopes, so the equations both contain 0.5x. And they have different y-intercepts, -3 and 5, as they would not be parallel if they had the same y-intercept. It is always important to ensure students do know the basic equation for a straight line. Y equals mx plus b, and can refer back to it for more complex problems with equations for straight lines. It is very easy to get the terms mixed up and assume the wrong value must be the same in two equations.